Hi, Colin. I have your Sandman isolated. I used the same clicky copy up here, and I just moved the clipping path down from the head and made it smaller and just for the Sandman. But I wanted to show you very quickly that I just drew a Sandman. Let me turn off this. I just drew a quick shape and filled it with a sand color. Okay, so however you do your gradients, however you do your shapes, this next thing I'm going to do would be the on top shape. Okay, so let's just get to it. So I'm going to take and look, I'm naming this face fill, just so you know it's face fill, if I spelled that right. Okay, let me lock it and hide it. I duplicated it, but I'm going to use this as a clipping path. So I'm even going to say clip path. Don't have to, but I just did. Now, over here, I wanted you to see how I made a large rectangle. I just used the M key and I filled it with black. And I'll tell you why I filled it with black in a second. I'm going to leave it selected. Now I'm going to go up to Effect. This is for the texture. I'm going to go to Pixelate, and I'm going to go to Mezzotint. Now watch what it's going to do to this solid color. Do you see how it's going to make all these dots inside of it? Now, I don't know if your machine can handle this. If Illustrator quits, you're just going to have to make, you don't go to medium dots, go to grainy dots. Let me see how much that actually works. Let me go to coarse dots. Coarse dots would work too, meaning it makes less dots. Okay, so I'll go to grainy dots this time. And I'm going to just say, okay, now look what it did. It made us a big texture. Now we have to do some things to it because I need to take and make shapes out of the white ones and get rid of the black ones, because the white ones are going to be your texture, which we're going to turn into a dark sand color. So I have to take this rectangle, which Image Trace is not recognizing it, see? And I have to leave it selected, go up to Object and Rasterize. Now I'm going to rasterize it to, I can even go to 200 or 150 ppi. That'd be better. Now, now you see how, because it's an image, Image Trace will be fine. Leave it black and white and go down to just two colors, just two, black and white. Now let's trace it. Now look what it just did. It's tracing it and it's making all these shapes. Okay, so now what we have to do is expand it so that we recognize the shapes. Okay, so we go to Object, Expand. Now we go Fill and Stroke, just leave it alone. And now look what it did. It made individual paths of everything. Okay, now let's take the Direct Selection tool, click away. Let me go up to the corner and get rid of Image Trace, just so you can see what I'm doing. I am going to select the big white outside area and just hit Delete. Now I'm going to go in and select the black area. I have to get close and select the black and hit Delete. Do you see how we're left with all of these cool dots? Do not open the group. There's 10,000 paths in there. Just do not open this group that I'm clicking on. Turning off and on. Okay, but select it with the circle. I'm going to make it a sand color, like a dark sand color. I'll go to that color and then I'll make it a little bit darker. See, I'm just going to make it a little bit darker, like that. Okay, now what I want to do is make it small enough to fit in that head. So let's go to the scale tool and make it about 20%. So I'm going to double click the scale tool, make it 20%, and see how big it is. That's just about perfect. It probably should be a little bit smaller. Now, when I go back into the scale tool, this is now at 100% of its normal size as far as the scale tool knows. So I wouldn't go like 20% or 10% less. I'm going to now go, let's just make it about 80% from that 100%. And now look at, I'm going to hit Command X to cut it out of there, and then we're going to go over here and just get close. You want to be careful because this could make Illustrator quit. As I said, I'm going to go Command V to paste. Now I'm going to hit the E key and put this over top of the face, but I'm going to shrink it a little bit. So I'm going to go to another scale tool, and we're going to go down to about, I'll just try 80% is good. Let me see what I did. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's go to 90% now. So let me go to 90, and I have it pretty good. Okay, so If you want finer dots, just don't choose the medium or the grainy dots, choose the finer dots. Now, look what I have. I'm going to get close. Now I'm going to click away from it with the A key. Okay? I have all of these cool texture dots now. All right? Now, what I need to do is to move that clipping path above the group. See how I did that? I don't care that it has a color. Don't care because it'll Illustrator will take the color away. So now I'm going to shift click the clipping path and the group and hit Command 7. Now you can see how I have a very cool looking texture on his face. Now I'm going to turn on the face. Okay, now you click the clip group, and you can now make it down to from opacity to about 50% or less. Now this is cool. I'm going to take the clip group and duplicate it. Now I'm going to lock the bottom one, but leave the top one selected, okay? And I'm going to move the whole thing over just a bit, Now, to move it over just a bit, I could actually open up the clip group and click the element here so I get all of this. Now I'm going to move in and I'm going to make these very light. So let's go up to here and make them extremely light. All right. Now let me hit the E key and just pull it away from those and put them in a different area. Now I have light and dark. So I'm going to take the A key and click away. Now that's way too much value, and what I want to do is it's almost too perfect. It's like there's little shadows on the stones. No, let's turn it. So let's take the whole clip group and rotate it 180 degrees. Okay, so I only want to take not the clipping path. I don't want to rotate that. I want to rotate this, which is only the group of little dots. Okay, so I'm going to take this to 180 degrees, just flip it. Now, let me take the A key and click away, and you can see how there's more random dots there. Now I'm going to close the clip group, click on the circle, and now take the opacity down to about 25%. And do you see how you have a very cool looking texture using just the one dot? And now that makes it look like sand. Now, however you do the grain on it, you might want to lower the opacities even more. If I take the first clip group and I click on it and I take it from 50 to 30% opacity, and then take the second clip group and take it from 25 to maybe 15% opacity, do you see how cool that looks? Now, I'm going to save it again, and I'm going to send it to you so you see how I did that, but I think that that looks like pretty cool sand. And that's how to make texture so quick in Illustrator using the Photoshop filters, and then rasterizing what you did, and then going to image trace to make the paths the way you need. And that's how you do the texture. Hope that helped.